All right, everyone, we are going to do a mic check out there in the spaces. Can you hear the mic now? Mic is coming through. We got it, y'all. Mic is coming through. Here we grow. This is what we do. It's Twitchy Tuesday. Working with technology, always fun, but thank you. We'll just start this all over. Let's go ahead and get this hook done, and we are going to get right into it. So thank you all. You have joined a very special episode of Twitchy Tuesday. Normally on Twitchy Tuesday, you know it, we thrive live once per week talking about the astrology and the tarot. However, next week we have a very, very special thing happening. It is a magical time where we get to explore the power of the summer solstice. And with that, the celebration of Litha. So that is what we are here to do. We are here to go over the energies. I'll talk a little bit about the Sabbath of Litha, what kind of rituals and what kind of spells you can do during this time. And of course, at the end, I have a whole tarot spread where we are going to be reading the cards to really hone in on what this season, what this time, what the transition of summer is going to look like for each of us. So very excited. Thank you for joining. But as we always do on Twitchy Tuesday, we're going to go ahead and clear space real quick before we get into the goods with Litha. So first off, this way, boom, we got Q2 goals. We are at 266 YouTube followers. Thank everybody so much for hitting that subscribe button, following, watching the videos, liking them, commenting on them. It's amazing. Thank you all so much, but we are still growing and we are going to continue to grow up to 1,000 subs in Q2 and 100 subs on Twitch. That's what we are going for. So make sure you subscribe or follow and share the love out to your community. And then on June 20th and 27th, that's when you can join me for our regularly scheduled Twitchy Tuesdays at 5:30 p.m. Central Time. I'll be scheduling the rest of July next weekend, so you can be sure to add everything to your calendar and never miss an episode. And then, because we are headed into a cardinal sign, it is cardinal season, I'm going to do a little bit of PSA here on this special Twitchy Tuesday. It's time to switch out y'all's toothbrush. FYI, PSA, you're welcome. We should be cyclical in those sorts of things. Mascara is another really great one. That was a message that came through today. You're welcome. You heard it here. Just switch that out every cardinal zodiac sign that we get to when the sun ingresses into a cardinal sign. You know, it's time to change those things over. Refresh, renew, bring in more. All right, so let's ground in and let's talk about Litha. So Litha, let me see if I just noticed the light was off again. Second time. The last Twitchy Tuesday, same thing. Here we go. All right, so Litha is the second spoke on the light side of the wheel. So it is a southward direction. So if you are going to be doing any sort of rituals or anything, or you want to honor the directions, south would be the direction that you are looking to go towards. And the element for this Sabbath is fire. It is a fire festival. And this is where any fire festival is really where we worship, especially this one, the sun god or goddess. That is where we give light, we give veneration, we say thanks, and we give praise to the sun for warming us, for reaching its pinnacle, for continuing to go through this cycle of life, death, and rebirth for us. So some of the gods and goddesses that are very present during this time would be Beset, Ra, Horus, Nefertim, Sol, Kupala, Apollo, Vesta, Baldur, Oshun, and Yemoja. So those are different, all different subsects of cultures and belief systems, but there are many, many, many sun god and goddesses that you can choose to worship during this time. It is a time of celebration of the sun. It's a time of celebration of sensuality, of fertility, of love, and of laughter. It's a time to get out and really, truly enjoy the vibrancy of life. And this is getting goosebumps all over the place. There's also many places to celebrate the summer solstice or Litha, or the sun's ingress into Cancer season. You can celebrate it in places like the Sphinx in Egypt, Stonehenge in Wiltshire, England. Although I do follow Stonehenge on Twitter, and I will totally send out a PSA for Stonehenge. If you've never been, definitely worth to put it on your bucket list and go. But they are asking that if you have vehicles, you don't bring your vehicles, you use public transportation to get out there. And I think one of the other ones was wear comfortable shoes. All of the things. You can also celebrate at Grangestone in Ireland, Machu Picchu in Peru, and there is a temple on the island of Malta that also signifies this time frame when we have the sun at its zenith. So from a Sabbath perspective, the Oak King is the one that comes in during Litha and really has to understand and look at the road ahead. The Holly King's like, hey, woo. But it's the Oak King that is, okay, we are here. What is going to happen on the other half of this wheel, the dark half of the wheel? Winter is coming. Just to quote our, Game of Thrones, winter is coming. That is what this time means. Winter is coming. It is time to face the fact that there are going to be challenges ahead. This is the peak of life. It's at its highest zenith. And as the sun sets on this day, which will occur, hold on. Trusty honeycomb. Let's get the exact date here. It's the 21st, but I want to give you the time. So the sun will ingress into Cancer the 21st at 9:57 a.m. Central Time. This is why we love honey. Shout out to honeycomb. Look, we love our honeycomb. If you don't know what that is, please drop it in the comments or put it in the chat right now. I will be happy to give you all of the information. That honeycomb has taken my astrology to the next level. So love them dearly. So this is the peak of life. So when the sun sets on the 21st, it does so taking its first steps towards saying goodbye to the summer. So it's not the start of summer. This is we're going to be coming out of summer. We're going to be actually headed towards harvest. We're going to be welcoming in the season of harvest, and then the cycle of death begins. So it's really the last time where we get to celebrate and we get to rest before the work of harvest begins. And that is daunting work. Creating or getting all of the things, gathering all of your harvest goods, making sure that you've got the food stores, making sure that you've got things in there. That's all kind of part of it. So this is really the last time of rest. So midsummer or the summer solstice, either one works both ways. Astrologically is when the sun ingresses into Cancer, which is a cardinal water sign. So Cancer in its own right, yep, it's a water, got the little crab. I think we're all good with that. But cardinal, it is a cardinal sign. So we go cardinal, fixed, mutable, cardinal, fixed, mutable, all the way around the 12 zodiac signs. And the cardinals are what initiates new seasons, either solstices or equinoxes. So you have Aries, then you've got your Cancer, then you've got Libra, which is where our harvest comes from. Then you've got Capricorn, which is where Yule is. And so you kind of see that throughout the year, how all of these layer on top of each other. So cardinal is an initiation. It's something new. It's something bringing forth. And then it is a water sign as well. So it's the water sign that gets to it's like that birthing inside of the water. It's the flow. It's the flow. It's the relaxation. It's the ability to allow and to, how do I want to put that? It's the ability to allow the things to change, to flow through you and for you. So that way you can continue and go on. And there is need for rest, right? We need to be able to rest so that way we can actually do the hard work ahead. Now, depending upon where you're at within the globe, what culture you come from, sometimes this wasn't a time of rest for everybody. This was like one of those moments where if you were out on campaign, which probably started in the springtime with Aries, if you've already gone out or you're heading out to war, or you're heading out to wherever you're going, this may be the last time. Again, you get to come home for just a second. You get to have that one moment of rest, or it's kind of like, all right, we're going to stop everything. We're not going to continue to do, continue to head out, continue on this pilgrimage or a campaign until this moment is done. So that way we can celebrate. So, it really depends upon where you're at. From a scientific perspective, the sun is the farthest north in the northern hemisphere on this day. So the Earth's tilt towards the sun at the North Pole is at its maximum. And the sun travels the longest path through the sky, which means we have the most daylight of the year. So the 21st is an awesome, awesome day you're going to have a bunch of opportunity to get the sun on you, bunch of opportunity to do some of these celebration things that we're going to talk about right now. So from a celebratory perspective, fire. As you can see behind me right here, this is actually the beginnings of my Litha altar. I've had this up for about a week now. This altar here is where we're going to be doing our spell casting, our intention setting, and utilizing it. So I have the candles going. I have the copal that's melting on it for the scent, water. We've got citrus. I actually ended up finding both the log as well as all of the flowers on it. Just walking around in my local area. So it's local. It's bringing in the energy of this land, of this where I am at, bringing it in. So definitely fire, important. Music, laughter, dancing, citrus fruits, bees, honey, bright colors, flowers. Woo! Oh, we got the dogs coming out too. You can use stones like bloodstone, carnelian, citrine. I'm trying to see if I have any of those with me right now. Clear quartz, red jasper. So we've got red jasper here. It's holding down the tarot deck. Tiger's eye is also holding down the tarot deck, and yellow topaz. So that can be that crystal energy. So like I said, this is the starting of the altar. We, as we get closer to Litha, the 21st, we'll be adding candles. We'll be adding all of those different like cinnamon, doing a lot of cleansing for abundance and protection during this time. So this is also one of the nights where the veil between worlds is very thin, so you can communicate with your ancestors better, the spirit world better, the fae realm better, the fairy realm better. It is an opportune time for divination. It's an opportune time for spell casting, spells of abundance and protection in particular, and really cleaning and cleansing, clearing things out. So, there's a couple of different things that you can do, because it's not just about. Hello, Pragma Cloud. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining and chatting in there. So digress. This time is not just about us asking for things, but us also giving our energy outward to the sun. Again, it's giving that energy and strength, taking prayers, making offerings. So that way the sun can begin its journey south, and we're giving it our kind of like, please continue to go south, sun, and then take our energy. So that way, when you're in the underworld, when you're down in the southern hemisphere, that you can then come back and rebuild. So the cycle continues. It's not just about death. It is also about the rebirth. But also we want protection. We want protection from the spirits that accompany this transition from the peak of summer into the dark of winter. So it's not just about like protection just in our aura, spiritual protection. There's a lot of that too. It is also protection of our crops, protection of our animals, protection of our land, protection of our hearth. So it's really that kind of totality, and looking at it complete and holistically at this time. So a couple of ways that you can do that, and then we will get into the tarot reading. You can create a besom to clean your house. That's a broom. You can create a broom. to clean your house. You can find lots of different sort of, in fact, on TikTok, I just saw in Salem, Massachusetts, they have a witchery that you can create brooms there. Definitely worth checking out. I don't know if they do anything online that they'll send you something. But it is pretty easy to create a besom yourself, and you can cleanse your house. Candle magic with abundance and protection. Abundance, you'd want to use kind of that green candle. Protection, you'd want to use white. You can see the lemon over there. That's what we're going to be doing with that. You can charge your crystals. I am not one of the, I in my practice do not charge my crystals under the moon. I actually charge my crystals in the sun, and this is that peak opportunity to bring your crystals out at midday, so that noontime when the sun is at its zenith, and set your crystals out there to soak in that energy and cleanse. You can also do seining, which is a spiritual cleanse with smoke, whether that's through your house, yourself. You can combine all of these things. And then also spiritual baths and cleansing. Because yes, while we do want to think about our crops, our animals, our land, and our earth, we also do want to think about our energy, our auric field as well. So those are just some of the things with Litha. I hope that you guys found value in that. And if you do have any questions, make sure to drop it in the comments or in the chat. If you are watching this on replay, definitely comment, or feel free to reach out to me on the socials and we can chat a little bit more. But let's get to the real. Let's go ahead and transition to the tarot spread. Oh, and this is interesting. I'm telling you today, technology. All right, let's shut that off. Let's shut that back. Nope. Let's see if I can refresh the card cam real quick. Okay, this might get really interesting. We don't want that one. We want this one. Okay, I think we might be good. Yeah. Ooh. Did you see that, y'all? Doing it myself. Sometimes technology, honestly, I have learned through many trials and errors with the Twitchy Tuesdays that the best thing most of the time is just to turn it on and turn it off and turn it back on. Here we go. Okay, so we have the tarot here. I've got 2 different decks, and we will be doing, oh, I got a little burn mark there. Awesome. We'll be doing a Litha tarot spread. We have 6 questions, and then we have the 7th as a guidance question. So here's how it's going to go. We're going to create a circle here, just like the sun, so we can honor the sun. And our questions are going to be around, what's the sun illuminating for me? What warms the heart and soul? What needs to be released? How can we use the sun's energy for growth? What helps turn challenges into opportunities, and what's going to be manifesting in the next 6 months. And then the overall guidance of what is the absolute message from the sun. And then that will close out our Litha reading and our beautiful special Twitchy Tuesday. Okay, so as you know, they are already in the comments. We've got the Druid Craft Tarot deck, which is this large one. This is so large, I actually can't shuffle it properly. And then the ever trusty tiny Morgan Greer Tarot. So love both of those. And the tiny tarot is actually going to be clarifiers in case as we get going, we need to clarify any of the messages that are coming through. But the big one is going to be the Druid, and this over here. All right, as you can see, like it just, there's really no, can't fit my fingers around them. Whoop, nope. All right, we're gonna go the other way. We're gonna go old school. All right, here we roll. So ancestors, thank you for being here with us. We praise you and we give you glory. Thank you for speaking to me and speaking through me on this special Litha edition of Twitchy Tuesday. We ask that you do this for the collective. All right, the Litha Tarot spread. Question number 1. What is the sun illuminating at this time, Spirit? What is the sun illuminating at this time? Eight of Swords. Beautiful. Okay. Next up. What warms the heart and soul? What warms the heart and soul? The Theriot? We may have to pull the book out for that one. All right. What needs to be released to the sun? What needs to be released to the sun? Thank you. Oh, yep. 10 of Swords. Beautiful. All right. And actually, this needs to go like this. All right. And how can we use the sun's energy for growth? How can we use the sun's energy for growth? Thank you. Oh, the Hanged Man. And what helps turn challenges into opportunity? What helps turn challenges into opportunity? The World. And what will manifest in the next 3 months? What will manifest in the next 3 months? Okay. Well, we've got the Two of Wands and the High Priest. We'll put those there. All right. And what is the message from the sun? What is the overall message from the sun at this time? Prince of Wands. All right. Thank you so much, Spirit. Let's get our clarifying cards ready. Okay. So, Litha reading. The overall message, and it is a guidance from the sun, is the Prince of Wands. And reading that with kind of what I'm already seeing on this is you got to keep going forward. We have to keep moving forward. Just because this is the time of rest, it is a day of rest where we can celebrate and enjoy, does not mean that the work stops, does not mean that there isn't still more to do. And it's not just more action, because wands, we've got those actions. It's not just more action, it's jubilant action. Like it's grateful action. It's action that you enjoy, that you want to take forward and take on. It's like, I'm hearing it in a way that says you should be grateful that you have the opportunity to take these actions. That's the way that I'm hearing it. It's this like, I get to do all of this. I don't have to. I get to. I have the opportunity to. I am blessed enough that I am able to create. I am blessed enough that I am able to work with these energies. I am blessed enough that I'm able to interpret and understand. And in that, I am blessed enough to bring that forward into the world. I'm blessed enough to create, to manifest. We have opportunities. That doesn't mean that you're not scared, right? We have both the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords here. It doesn't mean that there's not challenges with that. That's fine. There can be challenges. You can have fear. Fear is your guidepost. Allow fear to be your guidepost. If you're like, I'm not so sure. I'm kind of feeling like these vestiges of like, I don't know if that's for me. It's for you, more than likely. That's where we're at. So we've got this message from the sun, that overall message of keep going, keep doing it, keep moving forward. Really honing in. And what is the sun illuminating at this time? This 8 of Swords. And we've been talking about this in the other Twitchy Tuesdays. There are things that are binding you. And guess what? It is you that's binding you. It's all of this 8 of Swords. This is all you. There is nobody else in this picture. There is nobody else surrounded by themselves, their ideas, their judgments, their bindings, their doubts, their all of these things. What is the sun illuminating? It's illuminating where you need to let go, where the swords are to cut your bindings. You got 8 of them. There's something you can do here. There's something that can be let go. There's something that can be released during this time, during this Litha period. You can cleanse, you can let go of whatever that is holding you back from. Again, it could be that simple shift in mindset. This is, I have to do things. This is, I get to do things. Maybe it can be just that simple. A lot of this isn't always the biggest, most crazy thing. It's not always like, oh my gosh, I have to like leave town and do all of that. No, it can be something as simple as whatever you're moving towards harvest. Because remember, Litha is going to head into harvest. So when we start rolling into harvest season, this is what you're manifesting. These are the things that you planted towards the in that kind of dead of winter space as you've gone through this calendar year, these are the things that you have planted, and now the sun is just illuminating where you need, what's the next little thing that you need to tweak so that way your world can turn, right? So that way we can continue this cycle, so that way your harvest is as jubilant as it can be. So what warms the heart and soul? And this one is the Ferret. And I'm actually going to look at the book on this one. Let's interpret it just from what I see in the cards. I think it's the Magician, but I want to be sure. Again, this is the Druid Craft Tarot deck. So this question was, what warms the heart and soul? So here we have what's being illuminated is very clear, right? There's things that have got to go, things that are not warming your heart and soul. In fact, they're keeping you from, if you look at this card closely, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there is a rainbow right here in the background, keeping you from this abundance, keeping you from this magic, keeping you from, again, that magic of exuberance, that magic of love, that magic of life, the vitality of life that is here. That's what warms your heart and soul. The action. Be honest with yourself. I'll be honest. Is it great sometimes to sit down and Netflix and chill? Fuck yes, it is. Yo, sometimes it's mandatory. But there is nothing that feels better than when you are doing the work. And it's hard. I'm not saying that during the times where I'm doing the work, I'm not in my head like bitching about it the entire time. Yeah, I am. We just did a 45-minute walk outside. The entire walk, I was like, this is fucking stupid. Why am I doing this? Why are we doing a 75 hard? What the fuck was the point of this? Why am I even here right now? And at the end, all of that disappeared. When I accomplished, when I had the exuberance, when I created what I created on that walk, knowing that it is done, knowing that now the entire rest of the day, I can be present for myself because I've checked off my boxes on my 75 hard. I feel fucking great. I feel it's like all of that doubt, all of this 8 of Swords out of the head. Don't need to worry about it anymore. It's like it wasn't there. But yeah, doing the work does feel good. Doing work towards things that matter, seeing that come to fruition, that feels good. That warms the heart and soul. All right, let's see. 68. See what other messages come with this. So 68, the message: allow inner and outer, masculine and feminine, to blend within you to give birth to your creative self. Fluency between words, creativity, harmony, peace, alchemy, and magic. Yeah, this is definitely the Magician. Harmony and successful creative endeavor. You may be in a position to restore harmony among completing actions. Maintaining a feeling of deep peace may be sufficient at this point. The waters of inspiration and the contentment flow freely between your conscious and unconscious selves. There is nothing in particular that you need to do. Warms the heart and soul. Just be. Just be. Right? That's the other message. Just be. Be letting go of the things that you need to let go of. Be understanding that the sun, just go and enjoy life. Again, this is the time. This is the vitality of life time. All right. So what needs to be released to the sun? We have the 10 of Swords. I feel like I'm just going to be redundant at this point. So let's see if we can get some clarifiers to get something a little deeper. Because it's the same thing with the 8 of Swords, right? What's the sun illuminating at this time? What needs to be let go of? Release it to the sun. Give it to the sun. The sun can take it, right? The star, and here's another Hanged Man, because the Hanged Man comes up next. Here, Spirit can take it. Give your worries, give your strife, give all of that, give it to Spirit. Give it up and give it out. Turn your perspective around. Allow yourself to be suspended for a moment. Allow somebody else, something else, to hear and understand your burdens. You do not have to carry these alone. You do not have to carry all of this alone. You can give it to your ancestors. You can give it to the land. You can give it to the ocean. You can give it to Spirit. You can give it to whatever you believe. You can give it away. Ask for it to be transmuted. If you don't have anything like that, then that's your next step. Ask for it to be transmuted. Ask for it to be released from you. Again, we've got protection. We've got abundance. Two really great things. Cleansing. This time can be really, truly about cleansing. Cleanse all of this stuff away. Here's water. Use water to cleanse. We're headed into a water sign, into Cancer. Use all of this to cleanse. Move. Understand, interpret, let others take it for you. So that's what can be released within the sun, because look, the Hanged Man, how can we use the sun's energy for growth? It's truly by understanding what it's trying to say. Like, here's this Hanged Man, right? Fully, like, one leg ripped in this tree and, mouth covered, bound behind. But there is fertility back here, right? We've got the wheat, we've got the synth. So we are coming. This is that, again, when we think about the sun and this journey, this Litha, as the sun sets on the 21st, it makes its way. It has started. The season of darkness has started. So here we are. We're going to make it, right? How can we use the sun's energy for growth? Understand that this time is a time to celebrate. It's the time to rest and find these new perspectives, taking time to interpret your messages, taking time to go internal. It's Cancer season. This is about the home. This is about the hearth. This is about the internalness. Like, if we move these over, look, home life, siblings, family, and parents, Cancer. It's about connecting to our ancestors. It's about our roots. It's about the crab being in that shell, warming ourselves. And so it's, allow the sun to do what it's going to do. Have faith. We talked about this last Twitchy Tuesday. Let go and let God. Have this faith that things are coming, but also take time to interpret. Also take time to understand. Take time to journal. Take time to reflect. What does this mean? Because there's some very key things here. What is the sun illuminating and what needs to be released? Very poignant things here that are probably pretty glaring. So you can take this time, take this sun's energy to allow yourself to interpret that, to allow yourself to own that internally, to figure out what you're doing. Maybe again, it is that giving it over to the ancestors, giving it over to a spirit higher than yourself, your Ori, your higher self. to allow that growth to occur, to allow this Prince of Wands to begin to gallop off into harvest season. And then we come to what helps turn these challenges that we have in these swords, what is helping turn those into opportunities? And it is the world. It's everything. It's the faith that you have. It's the things that you're doing. It's the stars. It's the ground. It's the sun. It's the spirit. It's you. All of the things that are going to help turn challenges into opportunities is understanding that, again, none of this is happening to you. It's happening for you. It's that change. It's that slight shift in mindset. It's what can I do with this? How can I turn this wheel? How can I turn these challenges into opportunities? What things do I need? Because you have it, right? What warms the heart and soul? The magic. You got it. You know what you need to do. You know where you're going. It's the faith. Faith in yourself. Faith in the fact that if you gave this over to spirit, that it would be taken care of. Faith in meeting the world where you're at. Faith in saying enough that, like, hey, I need help. I want this. I am looking for that. Faith that when on this altar, when we do these, when we set up to do spells, that they are going to work. That they are going to work because I believe in what I put out there. I believe in who I am as a human. I believe in my power as an individual being. I believe in my existence as a spiritual being. All of these things, it's like, it's coming into that deep resonance of the magic that we are. And that can change everything. It changes everything. It turns those challenges into opportunities. The 10 of Wands, the burdens that you're carrying, into opportunities. You can look at this 10 of Wands one of two ways. Either he's carrying a heavy load and it's a burden, or he is going to be able to provide to his family. He is going to be able in the dark of winter to put these wands in a fire in the hearth and warm his home. He is going to be able to sell these wands and make penny and bring that back home to maybe buy something else for his family. You can look at this in multitudes of different ways, but do you see this as an opportunity or do you see this as a burden? What helps turn challenges to opportunities? Turning the wheel, changing how you look at this. Changing how you look at this. Changing how you look at this. Changing how you take in all of the information. And then what's going to manifest in the next 3 months? We have two different, two cards that came out, not different, two cards, because they are connected, the Two of Wands and the High Priest. So this is a very interesting Two of Wands. We have this rolling green hill and almost like a pictograph of a person holding two rods. Two of Wands. And then if you combine that with the High Priest, who is rocking on in the free world over here in his, like, this almost reminds me of the Oak King, where, you know, you've got this wonderful green array. The sun is shining. Here's that zenith sun sitting on Cancer, right? Here we've got the horns of the bull, and here he is fully in his power, owning exactly everything that is coming. What's going to manifest in the next, 3 months? Whatever you want. Whatever you want to get is yours for the taking. And that's where I think that the message overall, biggest message that I am hearing, it's not necessarily, and why it's being kind of overtly vague, where it's you can manifest whatever you want, because this time is not about it's not about the end. It's not about what actually comes through. You're going to get there. It's truly about this. It's truly about believing that you can get there. Changing the mindset, changing the resonance of your energetic field. That is the message that I am getting, where it doesn't really matter what you manifest in the next 3 months. Whatever this means to you, whatever this is for you, whatever it is that you're going for, you will get it. But you got to get through you first. You got to get through your shadows. Wonderful time during Litha to do shadow work. Wonderful time to do shadow work. You've got to get through your shadows. You have to heal. You have to thrive, and you have to grow. That is our vision. That is our mantra. That is our values. You have to heal, you have to thrive, and you have to grow. And whatever this is, it's yours. It's yours. It's done. You're welcome. Off you go. Off you go on this horse. Off you go on this Prince of Wands during this Litha. Go and get what you want. Do not allow you. Y'all didn't come this far just to come this far, right? We did not come this far just to come this far. We got things we need to do. The world needs you. The world needs your message. The world needs your gifts. The world needs your magic. We need every single ounce of it at this time. And it is in this process. That's why it's heal, thrive, grow. Heal, thrive, continued, holding the vision, holding whatever this vision is, whatever this high priest and this Two of Wands, this vision is for you, holding it and trusting the process. Trusting the process. And maybe this doesn't come in exactly 3 months. Maybe just the Two of Wands comes. Maybe the high priest comes. Maybe it's one and then the other. Maybe it's one, and then when you get there, you're like, ooh, hold on a second. This high priest, we're going to change this. We're going to change this emperor into something else. I got another idea. I've got something else to mold. I've got something else to grow. It's that continuation of being flexible, just like the sun, right? Continuing to forward through, continuing to do the things, continuing that cycle that the sun does for us. Shining bright. The sun doesn't give 2 Fs if it blinds you or not. Every day when we go out for a walk, I'm like, ow, hold on. It takes like a hot minute for my eyes to adjust to the sun. Does the sun care? Absolutely not. The sun is there doing exactly what the sun was put there to do, which is to shine, which is to release its energy for the earth, which is to grow, which is to provide us with nourishment and life, the vibrancy of life. All right. I'm hearing that is it. We are going to call that reading closed. I truly, truly hope that you have a wonderful, beautiful, beautiful Litha celebration. Again, that's the summer solstice, midsummer, that is happening when the sun hits Cancer, which is going to be at 9:54 Central Time on the 21st. And have a blessed Litha. Enjoy, celebrate. Put in the comments how you celebrated, if you did any spells or if you did any cleansing or clearings, any divination work. I'd love to hear from each of you. And thank you so much for joining me on this special edition of Twitchy Tuesday. I will catch you next Tuesday, just a couple days from now, 5:30 p.m. Central Time, right here on YouTube and on Twitch. Bye, everyone.